Good morning. This is the MU channel intro. Thank you. So, welcome back after the intro. Welcome. This is the MU channel. Hope you liked the intro. This is the one, the Stone Roses, set by Gary Neville all the way in, and it's a soundtrack, an anthem, which is fitting to describe one Kobbie Mainoo. This is the one. Let's take a look back at some of the footage of the celebrations of yesterday's triumphant victory over Manchester City, where Alejandro Garnacho and Kobbie Mainoo, two youngsters of Manchester United, tore apart Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri. Let's have a look.
Anything probably to switch individual honours for team honours, and that's what he's done. He's picked up an FA Cup winners medal. Scenes now from inside the dressing room. We managed to sneak a camera in there. You can't hear what's going on, but these pictures say everything, Wes.
Yeah, they do. Listen,
Amazing celebration. Yeah. Amazing.
Mean to you personally to win the FA Cup like this?
It's not about me, it's about the club and especially this team. We had a very complicated season, we had a lot of setbacks and the team had to deal with it every time. Every time we were criticized, we had bad performances, we were unhappy with ourselves as well, and every time we had to get up, and that's what we did. We stand one more often up and then we fell down. And today was a very good performance, but we had now players on board, we had some luxury problems to make, and then this team can play football, and I'm sure, and I told it before, we are in the right direction, but we are by far not where we want to be.
How confident were you coming into this game today? We all know what Manchester City are. How confident were you that you could win?
You make the point. Manchester City is the best team in the world. No doubt. They play incredible football. They didn't lose for 30 games. I admire them. Pep Guardiola, the way of play he brought in, the players, some incredible players. But we had a hope, we had an idea we could win this game. Because of all the setbacks, and also in the previous games against them, we had the idea, we had a foothold, we had a chance to win the game. And even we could be competitive. And then of course you need a little bit luck that they probably not had their best day. Yeah. And then the belief gets stronger, and so we won the game.
I just wonder what you said to the two teenagers who scored for you today. We saw a lovely little shot of you embracing them. It's the first time ever two teenagers have scored in an FA Cup final. Was there a little message to them there?
We worked so hard. They worked so hard. And the staff did an incredible job. The academy, don't forget them. But all the coaches from under 21 and all our coaches, they work so hard to develop them. But in the end of the day, they have to do it. And I say, hey, remember this feeling. And I said Kobbie Mainoo last season when we won the Carabao Cup, make sure that you are next season, you are on the pitch and celebrate this. Yeah. Because this is the best feeling you can have. Right? Winning a cup and FA Cup is really huge. That is absolutely the truth.
ERIK, how do you translate what we saw today, which was a very good performance, into a performance like that every week? Because you know where you finished in the league, I don't need to tell you that, everybody knows. How do you translate that into some consistency?
Yeah, when we want to be consistent first, we need players available. That is because in this tough league, you can't compete when you don't need all the players available. Today also we miss really strong players, ability players like Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Casemiro. But with us it was crazy. We had 15 partnership centre halves. We used 8 centre halves. We didn't have a fullback on the left side. We over the course of a season we didn't always had a number 6. Our striker was 3 times injured, Rasmus Højlund, and we had only one. So if you want to be consistent, first of all you need the players to be available, and then you need competition, because the players that they have a need to perform. Now they can underperform and they need to be in the team. You have to line them up because we don't have other players.
But you must be proud as well, ERIK. We've always questioned players about the quality of Man United, but characters and leadership. They showed character today, which I've questioned and a lot of people have. But you must be proud of that side of it today.
I know. Also some progress very good in that matter, like Bruno Fernandes. I think he's a great captain. But of course it helps absolutely when you have Rafa Varane is there. Now Licha Martinez is returning. Also Scott McTominay gives a lot of energy into the team. Onana, don't forget him in his leadership. So yeah, we have some leadership abilities in the team, but we have to improve it much more.
But you should listen to them pundits anyway. The pundits, take no notice of the pundits. Hey, come on, hey.
ERIK, I want...
You had trouble to manage the team. So
I won a championship at Sunderland. Give me some praise. Hey, come on, don't be too harsh on me.
What I said to you, you did some tough things.
Well, I stopped it there with the interview with HAG talking to Roy Keane and the others. It's like he's still having to defend himself against these critics and pundits and ex-players, and they still doubt him. His tactic. It was a masterclass master managers masterclass, HAG masterclass, which brought out the flamboyance of Kobbie Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho, even Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Onana had one of the best Manchester United games he's had all season, arguably. Now, they still doubt him. I'm going to get on to other reactions about Manchester United win yesterday and see where it goes. It's pretty interesting watch. Let's continue.
ERIK, forgive me, I need to ask you one question. They all want to know, all the Man United fans watching want to know, Will you be the Manchester United manager next season?
I don't have a doubt, but it's of course not up to me, but I am in a project. And when we came, we were absolutely on a low. We performed, we improved. The squad last season, we were in 2 finals, we won the Carabao Cup, we were third in the league. This season, it's a mess, it's true. But the reasons are there. But in the end, we won a next trophy. And underneath, you see the team is developing. Underneath, you see players developing. You mentioned the young players, but also Bruno Fernandes performing brilliant. Diogo Dalot, for instance. Scott McTominay scored 10 goals. Andre Onana, after a difficult start, came. You see also a player like Højlund.
If you could imagine your ideal way of working, what would it look like? Monday.com can make it your reality.
Growing, improving, there is a high potential, but it needs time.
Absolutely. Go and celebrate with your team. Thank you very much indeed. Congratulations. I'll take that off you. Thank you very much indeed, Erik. Erik ten Hag. Well, Roy, you heard what he said. He wants to stay. Erik, of course he does. Yeah. Time will tell. We know what football's like. Louis van Gaal was in this situation 8 years ago.
That's true. But that'll take care of itself over the next few days, whatever the ownership would think. The priority for the manager today and the players to win the cup for Man United. They've done it. Cross that bridge when you get to it.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to say as well, in respects of everybody gets...
Well, you know, this is clear evidence that the pundits do not like Erik ten Hag, but it's not a popularity contest, it's about winning trophies, and as long as Erik ten Hag is winning trophies, he's the man for me, and as long as he is brought the best out of Kobbie Mainoo, and he's looking like the next Paul Scholes, and that's due down to Erik ten Hag having a plan. I've seen the footage, I've seen the post-match press conferences where Erik ten Hag says that there was a plan to bring in Alejandro Garnacho and Kobbie Mainoo into the team, and it's taken a long time, but he's finally got there, and there is a clear identity which was shown last night. I want you to watch along with me on Alice Talks Football. She's amazing. After the game yesterday, I'd like to get her reaction from that, and I want you to see, because she makes good points here. Listen to this.
Like, I want to cry. I'm so happy just looking at the players, what it means, the fact we've beaten Manchester City, we deserve to win that game, and we'll be in European football next season. The moments of the 2 academy 19-year-olds, Garnacho and Mainoo, scoring the goals to win the game. 2 years ago, they played in the FA Youth Cup final together at 17. 2 years later, they're starting against Manchester City, Premier League champions, in an FA Cup final in our worst ever season, and producing 2 goals to make the real team in Manchester win. Manchester United 2, Manchester 1-1-5-1 FA Cup winners. Bruno Fernandes showed Kevin De Bruyne absolute levels today. De Bruyne was benched. He was that bad. Manchester United have ended Man City's 35-game unbeaten streak. Rodri 70.
Exactly. Bruno Fernandes totally destroyed Kevin De Bruyne. She's absolutely right. The spot on, as well said, right? Bruno Fernandes, I'm not the biggest fan of Bruno Fernandes, I'll be honest with you. I think he has ups and downs as well as anybody else. But he turned up in the final, and he showed his class, he showed world class, he showed fans like me a difference of opinion where, you know, I'm not neither in or out Bruno. I'm sort of in the middle, he's tipped the balance for me in favour. I like the way he showed emotion yesterday. I'm not going to show it in this video where he actually cried. There's tears in his eyes, and I feel your pain, mate. I feel your pain. And I never understood Bruno Fernandes till I saw that footage, and what a player. What a player. Well done. Let's continue.
24 unbeaten streak. Ten Hag produced an absolute masterclass performance. He now has more trophies in 2 seasons United than Arteta has in 5 with Arsenal. Mason Mount gets to lift the trophy while Chelsea get moved down to the Conference League and we take the Europa League spot. Bruno Fernandes created 5 chances. Foden, Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva created 4 chances combined. Bruno Fernandes put in this absolutely world-class performance. Mainoo and Garnacho Academy kids winning the game. Abu Dhabi, oil money, 115. Half your fan base joined in the last 5-10 years. You are not FA Cup champions. Football wins today. And I have to say, Amrabat, what a performance. What a performance from Amrabat. Solid in the midfield. Kobbie Mainoo, 19 years of age, man of the match in an FA Cup final. Lisandro Martinez, how we've missed you. Rafa Varane, I wish you didn't have to go. Martinez and Varane were so good. They were so amazing. Wan-Bissaka dealt with Doku well. Dalot put in a shift. Onana, other than a mistake at the end, had a great game. Højlund, when he came on, he held the ball up so well. He put in a shift today. Every single player worked today. Every single player put in a shift today for Manchester United. Take a bow to Ten Hag. Take a bow to the players. The game plan was spot on. The tactics were spot on. The lineup, the substitutions were spot on. The players gave 100%. And what a deserved FA Cup win. Even players like Amad Diallo didn't play today, got that last-minute winner to get us past Liverpool. We beat Liverpool when they were top of the league. We beat Premier League champions Manchester City. People said, oh, we only won the Carabao Cup because we couldn't beat the big teams. We didn't have to play the big teams. We beat the 2 biggest teams winning the FA Cup. We are FA Cup champions, and we did it with 5 academy players or 4 academy players starting, 2 of them goal scorers, while Manchester City went and pumped out the billions with their 115 charges. Only 4 teenagers have scored in an FA Cup final, that being Norman Whiteside, Ronaldo, Garnacho and Kobbie Mainoo. And Kobbie Mainoo and Garnacho, the first 2 teenagers to score in an FA Cup final. So the first time 2 teenagers were scored in an FA Cup final and both goals were winning it. What generational talent. But can we just talk about how good Lisandro Martinez is? Lisandro Martinez today was absolutely incredible. He was everywhere. Haaland, the little baby, diving. 6'5" Haaland diving, trying to get a penalty on Martinez. Him and Varane, man, they make such a difference. The thought that Varane is leaving, it makes me emotional. I do not want to see Varane leave this club. I do not want to see Varane leave this club. I tell you that for a fact. I mean, when the players are fit, and Ten Hag is right, whether you can argue this is a point for Ten Hag to stay or not, when the players are fit, we perform. Varane and Martinez at the back made such a difference. In the first half, when we could have been 3-0 up, had Garnacho been...
I'm going to stop it there because Alice makes a great point about Rafael Varane, and I believe we need to bring on a campaign to keep Rafael Varane at least for 1 more season. It'll cost us almost £100 million, close to replace him, maybe £50 million to replace Rafael Varane. Just get him 1 more season at Manchester United. Let's campaign it right now. Keep Rafael Varane. Keep Rafael Varane. Hashtag keep Rafael Varane. Get him to sign a new deal, 1 year extension. Players do it 1 year by 1 year by 1 year. The extensions, they do it. Let's get that done for Rafael Varane. I don't think he should entirely quit football just yet. He's too good a footballer, too good a leader to stop now. I think there's something coming at Manchester United. I can feel it, I can sense it. Maybe changing of the guard, changing of, there's a general election coming. People are talking about the Tories being out of out. People are saying the Tories will not come back from this, right? And it's a similar feeling. Yesterday, the win for Manchester United, it was a different feeling. Pep Guardiola, the best manager in the world, won 4 Premier Leagues in a row. Didn't have an answer for the masterclass that is Erik Ten Hag. Pure 100% masterclass Erik Ten Hag performance. And let's continue.
On side for that Rashford goal would have been 3-0. You actually look at it and you break it down. Man City had 3 shots in the first half. This is Manchester United that are ranked 95th out of 96 teams in Europe's top 5 leagues. Only Sheffield United conceded more shots per game than us in the top 5 leagues, and no teams conceded less shots than Man City. It was 1 in 95. The fact that in the first half we limited them to 3 shots. Second half is different. Man City had to make subs and give everything. But we won the game. We saw out the game perfectly. Ten Hag's tactics were correct. And you've got to take, whether you're Ten Hag in or Ten Hag out, whether you're Ten Hag out, you've got to give credit to Ten Hag today. Was spot on. It's great to see Garnacho, played well. I mean, Garnacho ran in behind. He caused so many problems. He got his goal. The high press, when Manchester United were high pressing City, they're forcing them into mistakes, worked so well. Garnacho was such a threat whenever we were playing long over the top. He got a well-deserved goal today. The last time we're going to see Martinez and Varane play together, that's really emotional, but what an absolute shift from them as well. Absolute shift. But Kobbie Mainoo's 19. Kobbie Mainoo, people were saying, I remember this guy on Twitter was saying, Kobbie Mainoo, like he's going to struggle when he plays at Liverpool or Manchester City or a big side. Like Kobbie Mainoo's not ready for the big games. Like Kobbie Mainoo shouldn't be called up for England. People were saying that. What are you saying now? Because when the world is watching Kobbie Mainoo, rivals hoping he fails, Liverpool, man of the match performance, 2 man of the match performance.
There's a brilliant point by Alice there about Kobbie Mainoo where they're saying he couldn't play against big players. Absolutely right. You know who they used to say that about also? Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes, they said he's too short, he's too skinny, he's short, he can't head the ball, whatever, and look what Paul Scholes became. Kobbie Mainoo is in the footsteps of a Paul Scholes-esque type of player, and fingers crossed he gets that at Manchester United. I think Kobbie Mainoo, we need to get him on a long-term contract as soon as possible. As soon as possible, we need to get Kobbie Mainoo on a long contract. Let's continue to hear what Alice is saying. Great what?
Versus Liverpool. Newcastle the other week, man of the match performance in the goal. Wolves pulls out. Plays his debut for England, man of the match, bloody performance. And then today, FA Cup final, man of the match performance, just turned 19 years of age. Kobbie Mainoo is made for the top of football. And Ineos, you better get Manchester United back on track because you have the player that needs to be playing at top. You have 2 players, and Kobbie Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes, who are pure world class and are made to win trophies. We must get this club back on track. Martinez has it in him. Delo has it in him. Højlund has it in him. Garnacho has it in him. We have a core. Whether it's with Ten Hag or not, this club has got a core. You must spend well in the summer. We must get back on track. We must prioritise footballing success at this club. FA Cup Women's Champions, FA Cup Men's Champions. That's what I love to see. Big performances from everyone. I mean,
FA Cup Women's Champions, FA Cup Men's Champions in the same season of this new Ineos regime. Alice makes a great point. Manchester United Women's team won the FA Cup and Manchester United Men's team won the FA Cup as well. And they both finished outside the top when they're supposed to get Champions League. They finished both. The priority wasn't European football. It's clear where there's a plan. You can see it. I don't know if that's Ineos or it was already in place, and the Ineos team are just letting it flow, which is a good thing. They haven't stamped their authority. They haven't done anything rash. They haven't said, "Oh, I'm going to get rid of you" or whatever. They haven't turned it into some kind of dictatorship. Erik Ten Hag seems to be still the only voice, if you like, at present. And whether the hierarchy are talking or not, that's not the point. The point is, Erik ten Hag has been given the chance to get on with it. And as long as he gets on with it, his job is safe. Let's continue.
Amrabat and Mainoo worked so well on the pivot. Ten Hag had a big call on dropping Casemiro. And wow, that was one of Amrabat's best performances.
At Amazon, discover electrifying offers and exciting prices. Find
performances as well. You know, huge credit to Man United. We completely nullified City's midfield. De Bruyne didn't have a sniff. Foden didn't have a sniff. We nullified that midfield. But I want to talk about one guy. I want to talk about a guy that some Man United fans want sold. A guy that is so overhated. A guy that I think is one of the most underrated players in football. And that is Bruno Fernandes. For me, he's a Man United legend. For me, he's a truly world-class footballer. And, you know, he put out that really strong, powerful message before the game. He was a real leader today. He was a real captain today. He, you know, these last 2 months of the season, I think he's got 11 goal contributions in his last 9 games. He's pulled us through, dropping man of the match performances for these last 10 games in a row. Where would we be without Bruno Fernandes these last 10 games of the season? Because the 2 games we had without him was absolutely atrocious. Where would we be without Bruno, man? He is phenomenal. He has got the mentality. He works hard. He is a quality player. And people want him sold, but I think you're mad. For me, he's an unbelievable player.
Yeah, I just stopped it there, hearing Alice talk about Bruno Fernandes, and yes, I am one of them that's skeptical about Bruno Fernandes, and have been all this time. But as I said before, I'm one of those guys that's in the middle. I'm still not sure. Yesterday was a fantastic game, but it was a one-off game, and I think that's where the tears come from. But I think that she's right, Alice is right. I am starting to see a player there the last 7 or 8 games. He especially since he went off injured, he's come back and he's produced some good football, although I will say there's a lot more for him to do. He hasn't achieved what he wants to achieve. What he wants to do is become the legend that is like Wayne Rooney or Bobby Charlton or Brian Robson. He wants to be the Steve Bruce captain of Manchester United, the one that, you know, gets his head, you know, on that line, and for the best part, he does do that. But what we need are players around him that, where he doesn't have to run around defending in a fullback position or covering someone else, whatever. And it seems like that's what he's doing. He covers positions where someone's not there or not occupying that position, he takes over, and that's fine. But then you're losing some of his best qualities, which is creating. He's not there creating. If he's in a fullback position, then he's not in that number 10 position or in that number 6 position where he can create and pass that ball or whatever. I'm still in 2 minds with Bruno. He needs a partner. I'm not sure who that is. It may be Casemiro, if the old Casemiro comes back, or maybe he's gone. Maybe Mason Mount. I'm not sure if Mason Mount and Bruno can form a partnership with Kobbie Mainoo in behind. I'm not sure if that works. Maybe it's Amrabat. Amrabat showed yesterday he can he can be a Nicky Bot. Amrabat showed he can be a Nicky Bot or a Dan Fletcher or a John O'Shea, which has been missing for quite some time at United. Yeah, let's continue.
He's a good leader, and I think that he's not got super long left, but I do not get the hate around Bruno Fernandes one bit. Newcastle United are knocked out of Europe. Obviously, Chelsea are in the Conference League, and Chelsea are competing with us for Elise. 2 trophies in his first 2 seasons, while dealing with more injuries than any other player in Europe's top 5 leagues, outclassing Pep's Premier League Championship Man City winning team to win the FA Cup.
I think that's enough from Alice. Thank you very much, and lovely thoughts, great insights. I watch her all the time, regular on her channel, and I thought her views are worth listening to. So I shared her thoughts on the win yesterday. Let's see other things from other places of what they talk about.
Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes proved how much winning the FA Cup meant to Manchester United. Both stars played a massive role in a magnificent 2-1 victory over Manchester City at Wembley.
With United leading 1-0, Rashford pinged a brilliant ball out to Alejandro Garnacho, who picked out Fernandes to tee up Kobbie Mainoo for the second. As the final whistle rang, the local lad broke down in tears. And after he came under fire for his performances, fans took to social media to highlight the academy graduate's pass.
Rashford has been linked with an exit this summer, but there were plenty of calls for him to stay. Read more. Man United NEWSNACHO. Man fans say I love this guy after spotting what Onana did after Garnacho goal. Eurovision Player Bracket Challenge game.
So that's that. Kobbie Mainoo destroys Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri. Manchester United go on to win a historic victory, stopping Man City from winning a double-double. An achievement which reminds me of 77, when Manchester United stopped Liverpool from winning a treble in 77. It's got similarities to that. What can I say? From listening to reactions from other people on social media and whatever, there's still that question from the media: will Erik ten Hag lose his job? And it's dismal. It's embarrassing. It's got to stop. I hope Ineos, if they don't do anything like win a title, I hope they unite the fan base. The fan base is so fragmented, it's so disappointed. There's something like about 1 billion fans worldwide, and 1 billion thoughts and 1 billion ideas on what Manchester United is and how it is and how it should be run. Everybody's got an opinion, and the only one that matters is the manager, the one that's employed. Until his contract runs out, Erik ten Hag is still a manager, even if anybody wants to try and get rid of him. They can't. It's not as simple as that. If Ineos decide to sack it out Ten Hag, there has to be a compensation package. We all know that. You know, let's see what Ineos can deliver. Ineos still can't even deliver Dan Ashworth from Newcastle. They can't even deliver him. What are they going to be like in the transfer market? The transfer market is coming up. What they're going to be like the next few days? The test is still there to see what Ineos is, and I know the focus has been on out Ten Hag and his job, but in reality, it's about what Ineos do behind the scenes to be able to evolve this football team into what it. Forget about what it once was. I don't want what it once was. I want Manchester United to become the team that I see in my mind, that every Manchester United fan sees, and that's winning trophies. That's having a winning mentality. That's having that in your darkest days, going back to 1958, that even when you fall, you can rise. You can rise. When you fall, you learn to rise. And that's Manchester United, that in your darkest days, you can still rise and become a champion. You can still win with the philosophy of how one wins has to matter. It has to matter. How one wins has to matter. And yesterday's FA Cup final was, wow, it was 99. It was 99 all over again. That last few minutes of when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer scores that winner, it was the same moment. It was the same moment, the same feeling, and it's been continued today for me anyway. Personally, I all day I've had a smile on my face. I've been happy. Normally I'm depressed and whatever, but I'm on here making this video. And the only reason why I'm doing this video is because even though Ten Hag won the FA Cup, they're still continuing with this nonsense. The media have to stop. Ineos have to get control of the media also. Otherwise, it's pointless. You can go and get Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp, but both of them into Manchester United and ask them to make Manchester United win. It's impossible. You can't until you control the media. It won't be possible. There are too many as journalists in the media who are looking to make a quick buck, looking for a clip, looking for this, looking for that, and they're using Manchester United and Erik Ten Hag to get these clicks, right? And it's embarrassing. Journalism right now in Britain, in British media, is absolutely shocking. Look at Gaza and Parliament. Jesus Christ, man. You know, when we talk about journalism, you know, it's fucking shocking. It's fucking ridiculous. Sorry my language, sorry my French. But this is a reaction video from me, Michael. I guess a celebration, if you like. I haven't felt like this in such a long time. And it's all down to Manchester United.